everyone belongs in our community. So it's got a really lovely theme of kindness and inclusivity for everyone.
Yes, and I feel like it's really a prevalent discussion to have with kids, with adults, harmony and learning to live with each other and accept each other for our beautiful uniqueness and what we bring to the table. So I guess you want to know, how could I be teaching this in the classroom in a way that is easy, effortless, and doesn't add to my load of planning?
So you're kind of ticking off a couple of boxes at the one time, and then the end product is a craft so kids want to do it, and then you've got something beautiful to put up in the classroom to remind them of what you've been learning about.
Rainbow Sky Creations acknowledges the traditional owners of the land we have recorded this podcast on, the Dharawal and Whadjuk Noongar people. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures. Welcome to Rainbow Skies for Teachers. I'm Alicia and I've got the beautiful Ashley here with you, and we're going to talk about all things harmony.
Yes. Harmony Day, Harmony Week. In Australia, this is something that we celebrate on the 21st of March. It's actually gone from one day into a week. But if you're listening from the Northern Hemisphere or not in Australia, you're still going to be able to have some really great ideas from this episode, because it's talking about how we can all live with each other. Everyone belongs in our community. So it's got a really lovely theme of kindness and inclusivity for everyone.
Yes, and I feel like it's really a prevalent discussion to have with kids, with adults, harmony and learning to live with each other and accept each other for our beautiful uniqueness and what we bring to the table. So I guess you want to know, how could I be teaching this in the classroom in a way that is easy, effortless, and doesn't add to my load of planning? And that's where we're here to help.
We are here to help, because you don't need to be going out and planning 5 million more lessons that are really kind of on the outskirts of the curriculum. It's important. It's like a social curriculum, but it's not something you can tick off when it comes to outcomes. So let us help you plan it to make it really simple and easy. So Alicia, let's pretend Harmony Week is coming up. Let's just run through what we would teach and share in our own classrooms to help everybody out.
Yeah, so my first port of call is going, okay, I need to tell students what is Harmony Week, what is Harmony Day. And whether I'm teaching the older kids or the younger kids, I'm like, I want to at least front load them with what it's about. So I'm going to look for some sort of teaching tool to get that information across quickly. And that's where I'm going to find some amazing teaching slides. And that's exactly what we've got for you. I would be going through with my students, what is Harmony Week? What's the message of Harmony Week? Because sometimes they do a specific message apart from Everyone Belongs for each year. And I'd be looking at, why do we celebrate Harmony Week? The meaning of the colour orange. Like, why have they picked the colour orange? So I want to provide my students with that information in a fun, easy, quick introduction lesson. And a teaching slide is going to help me with that.
It sure is. We've created these teaching slides for you. So you just have to download them and off you go. And at the end, we've actually included a really fun little interactive class game just to get the kids a little bit more involved as well.
Absolutely. So you've taught your students what Harmony Week is all about. What would be the next thing you'd be doing, Ash?
The next thing I personally would do, and I know that you would agree with me, Alicia, is to read some books throughout the week around this theme of inclusiveness and harmony and diversity in our classroom or our community. So that's the next thing I would do. Pick out some books. Let's run through some ideas of books teachers could use.
Yes, there are some great books out there, and I feel like people, if you follow us on the socials and you've got some really great book ideas that we could add to this, that would be great. So we've got, for example, one of my favourites is the Mem Fox, I'm Australian Too.
Me too. I love it.
A really great picture book that celebrates the diversity of people who live in Australia. I myself, my parents emigrated to Australia from Wales via New Zealand. So born in New Zealand, my parents lived there for about 10 years and then we came to Australia. So I grew up in a household.
Were you born in New Zealand?
I was born in New Zealand.
I did not know that.
I was there for 1 year. My parents went from Wales to New Zealand, had my brother and my brother's 4 years older, so he got 5 years of living in New Zealand. And then when I was 1 year old, just turned one, we moved over to Perth, and that's where I grew up. But I was that kid who was in Australia, but my parents didn't speak Australianisms. And I grew up having cooked dinners and casseroles and roast dinners and learning about, English traditions and parents who loved watching the the BBC. So for me, Australia and growing up in Australia was a bit different. And what I loved about the Mem Fox books is it's like you've got your 10-pound poms who came over, or you've got your family members who came from Vietnam or Greece. And that whole element of going, you feel seen and go, oh, I get it. So yeah, I think, not calling things chips but crisps and having tea, which was dinner, all these little things and quirks.
All these little things. I cannot believe I did not know you were born in New Zealand. How long have we known each other for?
I know. It's because I don't tell people because it's strange and people go, oh, so you've got family in New Zealand? I'm like, no. My husband does, but I don't.
Well, there you go. It's just like the time that I found out I put up a poll about us on Instagram and I didn't consult you because I thought I knew you. And I said that neither of us played an instrument. And I was like, yes, I can play an instrument.
Poorly. Don't recall those skills of playing the piano and the clarinet from many moons ago. But my father-in-law did buy my daughter a recorder for Christmas that I've put somewhere. I don't know where it is. Why would I do that?
Does your father-in-law hate you?
He just loves music. So, yeah, a good thing. Anyway, on to another note.
Moving on from recorders.
But see how you bring out a book and it gets a discussion happening. And that's what Harmony Week is about, right? It's about kids sharing their stories. It's about the teacher sharing their stories. It's about the teacher assistant or whomever, the specialist, and sharing their story about where they came from, what's important to them, and you learn about their values and their purpose. So I'm Australian too by Mem Fox. I highly recommend. What else would you suggest, Ash?
Well, this next one's by Mem Fox too. It's called Whoever You Are, and I love this story because it's all about, it doesn't matter about the way you look or you live or how you speak. Deep down, the human race all shares the same joys, the same hopes, the same feelings. So it's like a message of unity and empathy as a world community. I really love this book. I think it's written really beautifully, especially for young readers too.
Yes. Oh, you're just a legend, Mem Fox.
She is. She is an Aussie legend. If you're listening from overseas, look up some of her books. She's brilliant.
Now, there's a really great book here that you've got, A New Alphabet for Humanity by Lisa McGregor and Daniela Souza, which is an alphabet book where each letter of the alphabet introduces positive values like compassion, empathy, and respect. And I think when you're talking about Harmony Week, you're talking about that sort of terminology, appreciation, love, respect. Just a really nice one to have for your younger kids too. And who knows, pop it into your year 2 class and just see which kids pick that book up and have a look and a read through it.
Yeah, I think it would even be great if you pulled it out for the older years and just talk about that vocabulary a little more. I think sometimes as teachers we think, oh, well, our kids in year 3, 4, 5 don't want to read books with us. But they still love being read to, and it's still important. So use some of these books for your older students too. Talk about the themes a little more.
Absolutely.
So that's 3 books. And then I think just one other recommendation is We Are All Equal by Peg Noble and Jonathan Bentley. This is a really beautiful book about fairness and kindness and treating everyone with respect. It has a really clear message of equality, which mixes in with Harmony Day really nicely.
It does. So have a chat to your librarian. They might have some really great books that have recently onto the publishing circuit that we're not aware of. So I don't think you can have too many of these books. And even if it becomes your theme for March, that you have these types of books in the classroom, in your class library that your students can access. So you've got a PowerPoint. You've taught them what Harmony Week is about. You've been reading some really beautiful books to set the setting. And then what are we going to lead into with your lesson?
We need to do something fun, don't we? So I would really recommend a little craft where the students get to think about the idea of Harmony Day, but then put it into some sort of craft. So we've got 2 craft ideas. The first one is our 3D heart display. And the students go through and complete a series of questions. So they're reflection questions. They're based around Harmony Week. So you can really have a lesson to unpack these questions. And then they put it together to make a 3D heart. And these look so beautiful hanging up in your classroom.
I'm such a fan of these displays. I feel like it's one of those activities where when you start it, you're going to have some students who will fly through it and they'll finish it within like 30 minutes. But then you've got some students who work at a steadier pace, might be a bit thoughtful in their process. And it's just one of those nice activities that you can have for them to finish when they come back in the next morning. Or if you've got rotation or literacy groups, you can just have it there ready for them to finish and be like, okay, so our end point is to finish these by Thursday afternoon so I can have them up for Friday. So the kids who race through and speed through them, they can do that. But also the ones who have a bit more time to think about it and they want to add detail or they want to complete an extra love heart to put in, they can do that. So it's kind of like they're going to put things like, what is Harmony Week all about? Record 3 different ways your culture celebrates Harmony Week or different things that your culture celebrates, whether it's like Chinese New Year, whatever it might be. A nice one too is looking at the purpose of Harmony Week and some ways that you can contribute to a happier and more peaceful world, classroom, right? Family, whatever it might be. You know, some kids might just put really things like, oh, just using please and thank you makes things more peaceful in my household, or yeah, right. You know, and smiling to people when I'm walking by or making eye contact. It's just really small gestures. And with any of these packs that we provide, you're always going to have a blank template. So you might have this amazing idea that you can just create and add to the heart or give to your students if they've got something they want to do, whether it's draw a picture and add to their heart in that form. I really love these activities in the classroom. My kids were always so receptive to them.
Yeah, same. I think too, the reason why we really like them is that it gets the kids reflecting and thinking, but it also is a writing task. So you're kind of ticking off a couple of boxes at the one time. And then the end product is a craft. So kids want to do it. And then you've got something beautiful to put up in the classroom to remind them of what you've been learning about.
That's it. So you could do that activity, or you could do the Harmony Hands reflection craft that Ash put together a few years back, which I really love.
I love this one too because it's the perfect craft to get your students thinking about the meaning of Harmony Day. Again, they've got templates there. It's a craft, so they're writing and reflecting, and then they put it all together. But the craft is they've got hands, and I think it's really nice to look at the different skin colours and different skin tones of those hands too. So maybe the kids could colour them in. I know Crayola has some beautiful different tones for skin colour with their crayons. My kids actually got given one from Faber-Castell the other day, and they had all of the colours, and then at the very end they had about 5 or 6 skin tones, and I thought that was like, well done for that.
Yeah.
That's really great. So they've got their hand template. They could even trace their own hand, but we've got the hand template there, and then inside the palm of their hand are little hearts that kind of stick together and flick over.
Yes, like everyone belongs and harmony means. And I just love with the hands that you've got the wrist. So it goes up to about the elbow, and like the kids who can be like, oh, I can draw my favorite charm bracelet on or my favorite watch. Or, you know, you're going to see the kids who be like, I'm just going to add some fingernails and paint my nails and just really make it unique. And that's what it's all about. So 2 really lovely activities, the 3D hearts and the 3D hands that we have put together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the final thing that I would do is have some sort of way to take this message of harmony out into the community. Harmony Day is not something that parents really know about. They're starting to know about it more because they have to buy something orange, but they don't really know what it's all about. So we have created these little badges that says everyone belongs. They are so cute. Actually, we decided to create them this time last year when we were recording the podcast. Alicia was talking about something and I was like, oh my God, I've got the best idea. So we created these badges, but it's a really great way to symbolise we're spoken about Harmony Week at school. They wear them on their lapel. They go out. They're able to then go and tell their granny, their nonna, their yaya, whoever it might be, about Harmony Day and what it means. Share it with parents, share it with younger brothers and sisters, share it with the neighbour.
Yes. Oh, gosh, my kids, I could just imagine now, they're getting older, they're both starting school, that'd be like, we're going to go post these in the letterboxes. I'm like, yeah, let's go do it, right?
Great idea.
Yes. So this is a freebie. So in the show notes, we've linked this, and it's just a beautiful, simple way. And even if this is the only craft activity you do, it is more than sufficient. Just having that discussion, talking about it, reading some books, that is you ticking off the list of talking about teaching it. And because no matter what, you're always going to be integrating a discussion about Harmony Week throughout every month, maybe every week, depending on what kind of class you have. That discussion of acceptance, inclusivity, compassion, empathy, kindness. It is constantly part of a teacher's repertoire of tools they're using to talk about. Yeah, it could be something that you use throughout the year, not even in March. So it's a topic, as you can tell, we love to talk about.
We do. We hope that we're going to make Harmony Day easy for you. Let's go back over the activities that we would run in our classroom over the week if we were teaching it tomorrow.
So we'd have a teaching slide that teaches the kids about Harmony Week and allows for class discussion. We would have a collection of books in the classroom on that topic, and then we'd pick a fun activity, a craftish, write-ish, thoughtful activity that gets students thinking. So whether it's 3D hearts, 3D templates, and then just a fun way to pass that message beyond the classroom using our Harmony badges, and kids can do whatever they want. They might even ask to take a sheet home that they can decorate and share with their family. You never know.
Amazing. We'll make sure that all of those resources, the PowerPoint, the 2 different crafts we spoke about, the freebie with the badges are linked in the show notes, but also we'll add a blog post with 7 different books that we recommend to celebrate Harmony Week. We spoke about some of them here today, but we've got other ones, so we'll pop that in the show notes too, just to make life super duper easy.
That's it. From us here at Rainbow Sky Creations, everyone belongs, and there are rainbows ahead, my friend.
And together we're unstoppable.
Thanks for choosing to listen to Rainbow Skies for Teachers, the go-to show dedicated to teachers who want to make a big difference in education.
If you enjoyed the episode, please leave us a 5-star review or share the episode with a friend. Because together we're
unstoppable.